Hi everyone, this is Paul Kuzno from Sound of Prana for Breakthrough Your Fears video 4, and I will be talking to you about another pillar for unlocking your full potential. So once you've brought an awareness to what is inside of you and these gifts that you have the potential to bring out to the world, but for some reason have been facing resistance with. The second step is to do integration. So in this context, normally there's something that is holding us back. There's a reason why we have not been able to fully be of service with our gifts. And once we have the awareness of how that is manifested to us, so let's say for me, my jaw are tensing up, my feet start tensing up, and my stomach starts feeling a bit weird, then I know that fear is playing out. I know fear is doing something. So an example is right now I'm actually tightening a little bit my right hand, and now I just let go of it as I took notice of it. But there is some qualities and some strengths that are gained through acting out of fear. You know, there's some positive to it. So for me, when I've had to fight or overcome a lot of fears in my life, I noticed that it made me very strong-willed. And the reason is that I was just so afraid, and I'll use bullying, which was a really strong example for me for most of my childhood, like elementary school, high school, you know, like every day I was afraid of being beat up or things like that. And what happened is that I grew this like really strong determination. And every day I was like, no, like I won't let it get to me. And I became like really good at running. I was super fast. And I wasn't necessarily good at running because I was a very athletic person. No, that was actually part of the bullying. I was probably the worst athlete in every class in every year of my childhood. But I was still normally top of class and top of school when it came to running. Why? Because I would do anything I could to get away from those bullies. And I became so good at running that, you know, I was able to do some of the sports competitions that involved us doing some races, some small sprints, and then later on in my life, I actually did a challenge at one of the workplace doing a short 5K race, and it was pretty exhilarating, but that also showcased that ability. Now you're like, okay, well, what does running have to do with integrating your fear? Well, running is actually tied to the development of my willpower, and that's one of the qualities that I developed through this fear of being bullied. So there is some value to that, and some of the future steps that I'm going to be talking about is how you can use those qualities and the belief system that you have to unlock your full potential. Thanks for taking the time to listening. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to say that I will be announcing in the next 24 hours, or I might actually be announcing it simultaneously. I'm coordinating everything. There will be a webinar coming up soon, and the webinar will be totally free, and I'll be going through some of these 3 steps for you to be able to unlock your full potential. So stay tuned.